Hello my friends, and welcome back to our blind Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Miles Edgeworth, the Prosecutor's Path. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story based channel, and today we are questioning Captain Hall. Try to see if we can get to the bottom of this poison gas trap. I think I have new evidence, right? We have the liquid analysis. Maybe I don't have the evidence I need just yet, but we're trying to get to the bottom of this this case, and we'll see how it goes. Hope we all having a wonderful, fantastic day today, as we're going to try to present some evidence here. And instantly we hit a roadblock. Well, that's good. Here we go. My, is this me? Yes, it's a sketch done by our pseudo artist over there. This sketch is really well done. Are you giving it to me as a commemoration gift? No, for the time being, this is a valuable piece of evidence. I see. Too bad. To garner such a response from the museum curator, that man has some unexpected talent. Alright, how about lift trolley? Apparently, this lift trolley was here 18 years ago. Yes, it has allowed me to move various things from other rooms into this one. It's amazing that I use the same trolley after 18 years. You would think that eventually the thing would you would buy a new one, right? It was intended to carry heavy objects, but it has been quite useful for all sorts of things. I'm curious as to why the top of the lift trolley was wet when we examined it. That lift trolley, I wonder if it was used to move something that made it wet. Okay, now then with the teapot. How about the family photo? Struck out with this one. I have a feeling that everything else I've already asked her about. And again, I am not closer to the truth. Nope, definitely not close to the truth. Okay, so the fact that that gave me a different dialogue means I am done with that. And once again, the only thing I can ask is a poison gas trap. How about my logic? What does this say? Contained in the book. Oh, that's a lot of nothing. Okay. Anyone else I can talk to and show new evidence to? Ah, here we go. Let's go ahead and first do this. I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, nothing about that. I almost went into the aha thing again, and then I realized, wait a second, I'm pretty sure I've done this before. Nothing new. Nope, nothing new at all. Okay, let's go ahead and talk. Captain Hall. Mr. Shields, could you tell me what kind of person Miss Hall is? Hi, Miles. So tell me. You also interested in Katie? No. Well, all joking aside, all Uncle Ray can say is, the Kate I know is truly a admirable woman. For 18 years, she has always wanted to remain here and wait for Master's return. However, she was driven out of our mansion by Master's relatives. What? She was driven out of the mansion? Well, that's because Kate isn't related to blood by Mr. Master. With no family, no job taken from her, she could only live on with the song and dance that Mr. Master had taught her. Well, she's now retired as a world-famous actress, though. Why did she retire? Because she had already saved up enough money to buy this mansion. It seems she even got back the Angel's recipe that had been taken by the Master Group. What Kate did, Kate got back the mansion and the Angel's recipe for Mr. Master's sake. She doesn't look like the criminal, does she? This mansion, where she lived up with Mr. Master, had been everything to her. Well, she doesn't look like the criminal from 18 years ago. She very well possibly could be the criminal now. She probably just wanted to take back everything that she lost. Exactly, including vengeance. It seems that Mr. Shields emphasizes with Miss Hall, but you could also say that her actions have taken away everything Mr. Master had. Okay, I got new evidence. Or new logic, I should say. Do these mix? They do. The method used to set off the poison gas is explained in the Angel's recipe. And the current owner of the Angel's recipe is Miss Hall. Ah, so that means... Indeed, it means that it is possible she knew how to set off the poison gas. With this, we can expose her lies for what they are. How do we do that though? Like, how do we expose her though? We didn't get anything new. There's nothing new to talk about here. So I don't get this. I mean, we should be able to talk to her to expose her lies. But yet we can't. Why not? Just gotta talk to everyone else, I guess. Try to see if any new popped up. I don't see anything. What am I supposed to do right now? I don't get it. I tried showing her this, that didn't work. I mean, do I show her the poison gas? This is kind of bizarre how I have the things I need, but I don't have a way to attack with the information I have. Like I said, I'm a little bit frustrated by this because you'd think that with that correct logic, something would have happened, and yet nothing did. And I'm not exactly sure where to go from here. Alright, I'm gonna go run around for a bit and try to click on everything again because there's something I'm missing. I just don't know what it is. Okay, found something new. The do-do's button is on the top of this screen here. So after talking to everyone and running around like a chicken with my head cut off, this is definitely something new. So we have the trolley is in question, right? And we have this thing is in question because apparently something is wet. So it probably does not have anything to do with all the teacups. Could be this. That's just a tea, right? Yeah, it's just a tea, and that's nothing. And here's table clock looks better white. Yeah. And then we have can't seem to do anything with the this thing here. Yeah. So we had to deduce something. So something about this is different. We know the T is different, right? Where's that at? Trace of salt, sugar, and blood detected. That really doesn't help much. Larry drew this sketch of the beauties. Yeah, okay. By the way, he's a brilliant artist, isn't he? I mean, look at this. It's so well detailed. that it is just truly amazing how wait a second. Didn't Kay just say something about this? Oh, hold on. I jumped through this, but she says something. I wonder about that. I wonder it might look better in another color, like pink or blue. But in the drawing, isn't it blue? Yeah, the drawing is blue. So we know that the T was changed. But it looks like the T wasn't the only thing that was changed. In addition to the T, the tablecloth was changed. Yeah, yeah. It does look like that. So there's a contradiction in the tablecloth compared to the sketch. All right, maybe this is the thing I was missing. I swear, I ran around for like 4 minutes just talking to everyone, thinking that there was something I had to say to someone when I just didn't get all the clues yet. Larry, there's something I want to ask you about your sketch.
Huh? Well, you want to lecture something from the famed Professor Louise, do ya?
No, I just need to ask you something. The tablecloth in your sketch, are you sure it was light blue?
Yeah. My eyes never fail me.
But the one on the service card here is white, isn't it? Dude. You're always so busy thinking with just your head that you miss the obvious. What's with that look on your face? When I drew that painting, I was using the card with the tea set on it, remember? Really? Because your picture, there's chocolate on there. Yeah, there's chocolate on that. No tea set. Because I was tying up the broken pottery shards. Well, that's not something to be proud of. And right then, Kitty came out to the Winter Palace. I had to hurry to hide the broken teapot so she wouldn't notice it. Did you just say Miss Hall came out of the Winter Palace? Well, that's right, but this time she was pushing another service cart. And the tablecloth was light blue, just like how I drew it. So, it's not a contradiction that the cart has a different I don't know what that is. A different tablecloth. What's different is that this wasn't the tablecloth that she was using. She was using a different pulley with another tablecloth. So the existence of the blue tablecloth tells us that there's a second cart out there, right? What did she do with that service cart?
Beats me. I mean, she went into some palace with it, so I don't know. And when she came out, she's pushing the lift trolley.
The lift trolley?
And when I called out to her, she was so surprised that she's left it there. She's so cute when she's shy.
A second service cart and a lift trolley. Maybe there were 2 tea sets along with 2 service carts. We'll have to verify it with Miss Hall. Okay, now do I go talk to Miss Hall? I feel like this, okay, I can ask about 2 service carts, but I can't ask about the poison gas trap, even though we have new evidence. Is it true you keep 2 service carts on the premises? Yes, is there something wrong? Earlier, I was looking at one of the sketches from that so-called artist, and I noticed that he had drawn the cart's tablecloth light blue. Light blue? Are you sure you weren't mistaken, monsieur? I only ever use tablecloths that appear white. Well, that's true. The tablecloth here doesn't have a single spot on it. Yes, that's because I always change them immediately whenever they get dirty. Did Larry really get the color wrong then? No, I'm pretty sure he got the color right. What were you doing when the sketch was drawn? At that time, I was just doing my job as usual. Then, could you tell me exactly what that work entails? Kate's job. What were you doing when you were drawn in this sketch? From the looks of the drawing, it doesn't seem like you were transporting the tea set. This was when I was delivering chocolates to other people in the investigation. Ah, how nice! Chocolates! I wish I could gotten some too. These are still a few left, so please eat these then. I made them myself, though it's possible they may not suit your taste. Woohoo! Thank you so much! Thank you. Perhaps it's because she had them in her pocket, but it looks like they melted a bit. Actually, they've always been misshapen, right? Chocolates, handmade by Miss Hall, they were kept inside a pocket so they have melted a little. Why is it important that they melted a little? It's important that they melted a little because someone used a gas burner. Someone was using this burner, which puts her at the scene of the crime. The chocolates melted because she heated up something close to her body. Ooh, oh, that's clever. If it's right, I don't know. I'm happy to hear you say that. Those chocolates are a little misshapen, but I'm glad I get to get some sugar into my system. Although they're a little too sweet for my taste. Hey! We got through the investigation. Finally! Oh, it took a while. All that's left is to wait for the results of the teapot. To be continued. Hey, how about that? All right, so we are, where are we now? What, it's like part 2 or something? I think that was part 1. So we're getting close to the end here, I feel. I mean, this may be the end. I think we have the story, right? The story is that Catherine Hall tried to poison Gustavia because she believes that Gustavia killed Dover. And so she's put this all together to get revenge. And at the same time, by bringing the body out of the cooler because she had it frozen, she is trying to make it so that the police realize that her father figure, Master, did not kill Dover, or was... Well, he was tried for being an accomplice, though. So since he was trying to be an accomplice, it all seems kind of moot, because even if we found the true killer, which looks more and more like it's Gustavia, right? If we try to find the true, even if we found the true killer, they could always say that, yeah, he was an accomplice. So, you know, there's nothing new here, except we found the real killer. And we still don't know what's up with this evidence either. This one here. I mean, Gustavia and Dover were friends. I mean, not just friends, but like close friends, right? I mean, their kids grew up together. They went to the same school. So why would Gustavia want to kill Dover? Unless he wanted to take the prize for themselves, but then why does this picture exist? I guess this picture just references that they had a similarity with each other. But then why are the kids involved? I don't know. It just seems like there's a piece of the puzzle I haven't figured out yet. Which is probably true. There's probably like 5 pieces that I haven't figured out yet. April 2nd, 2:33 p.m. Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain Patio. I have a report. We had detected traces of Nomalium from the teapot. You can't be serious. It's just like Mr. Edgeworth said. Darn it. Did Mr. Edgeworth take the title of the best from me again? Dude, I never took the title from you because you never had the title. Mr. The Best, it seems like you have an obsession about being the best. But when you're on a case, winning and losing is of no importance. What are you saying, Ying? Obviously, it's best to be the best at everything. If you want to be the best at something, don't be the best at winning. Be the best at finding the truth. If you can't understand that, then you have no business being a prosecutor. What? Dude, you need to get rid of this woman in your life because I'm feeling like she's covering for all your weaknesses and you're never going to grow as an individual as long as she's holding you back. And by holding you back, I mean you have a lot of failures that you need to overcome, but you can never overcome these failures if you don't know that they're failures. Having a failure in something doesn't make it a bad thing if you work to overcome your weaknesses. But if you don't know there's a weakness, you can't work hard to overcome them. I feel like I'm talking in circles now, but that's how I kind of feel about this guy. I feel like he's just running in circles. Please stop harassing Sebastian. Sebastian, a person of your caliber, has no need to listen to such things. Justine, yeah, you're right. Please leave this to me. Why don't you go check on the victim's condition? Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll be right back then. Alright, I'll be waiting. Judge Courtney is much more troublesome than Mr. DeBest. Yeah, that's staying obvious. Well then. Miss Curator, can you tell us why the normalium was discovered in the teapot? I was not aware that it contained such a chemical. I suppose it may have been an ingredient from the detergent I had used. So you're saying that you did not put it in deliberately? No, of course not. There is no way for me to have known how to create the poison gas. Despite being a former actress, it seems you're not very good at lying. What do you mean? The angel's recipe is in your possession, and the method to create the poison gas is contained inside that recipe book. So you must have known how to create it. I'm surprised you knew about that. Miss Curator, is this true? It's true that information about the poison gas is contained in one of the recipes. However, just because I saw it does not mean that I was responsible for the crime. Could you tell me what set off the poison gas? It was caused by the victim heating the lid of the glass case with a burner. Haha, I see. If he locked himself in that room of his own will and then set off the poison gas, wouldn't that suggest suicide? Does she intend to deny it until the bitter end? Furthermore, I would not have been able to attain a chemical like megatoxin X. Whoa. Sorry about that. Megatoxin X. That may be true, but you could have stolen it from someone else. Well, that reminds me. I met up with Katie a week ago and... that night was when I realized that my Megatoxin X was gone! Katie, you couldn't have... Oh ho ho! Madame Delicia always carried a medicine bag around with her. Anyone could have stolen it. That's right. I don't have any proof that she was the one who stole it.
Kate. I mean, can't you tell us what you're hiding? I know you're not the kind of person who would hurt someone without a reason.
Monsieur Shields, you doubt me as well.
Setting a trap on one of the gallery's exhibits and then disguising the rooms? I just think it would have been impossible for anyone but the curator.
Well, that's not true. There are no guards or security cameras at this gallery. If any ill-intentioned person wanted to sneak into the gallery, it would have been an easy task for them. Well, then, isn't it like an all-you-can-steal buffet in here? You have to be careful. You never know when a great thief could appear. It doesn't sound like a joke when Kay says it. Actually, Monsieur Gustavia apparently entered the gallery before it opened.
Well, I'm beat. Looks like Uncle Ray Ray can't do anything to break down Kate's iron guard. This might be a good time to use the technique your old man taught me.
The technique my father taught you?
This case is so deeply connected to the one from 18 years ago. If we just pursue the present case, it may seem like there is a lot we don't understand. But if we try turning things around, there might be a hint in the case from that past.
That sounds very much like Phoenix Wright. Thinking the other way around. Did my father do that too?
For example, just consider the relationship between the past case and Kate.
Miss Hall melted Mr. Dover's sherbet sculptures 18 years ago. And today, Mr. Dover's works are on display in this gallery. It can't be she. I see. Now I know what to ask her.
Well, that's good to hear. In that case, Uncle Ray Ray will just watch over you as you do your work.
Miss Catherine Hall. 18 years ago, it seems that you melted Mr. Dover's sherbet sculptures. Yes, I was young and inexperienced, and I did something inexcusable. However, isn't that why you were able to open this Zodiac art gallery? I don't know what you mean. I don't understand either. Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you seek her testimony? Yes, I would like her to tell me about the Zodiac art gallery. I would like to know the reason for you decided to open a gallery for Mr. Dover's artwork. If you insist that this is related to the case at hand, I will allow it. Miss Curator, your testimony if you please. Very well, if that will clear your suspicions about me. Now then, please testify about the Zodiac Art Gallery. Alright, testimony time? Hold on, I want to make a little note. So, testimony with Miss Catherine Hall, the Zodiac Art Gallery. Zodiac Art Gallery. Sorry, making a note. 18 years after Minzo Master was arrested, I was finally able to buy back this mansion. Then, in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery. I collected Pierre Kay's works from all over the world. After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery. It's wonderful that your dream has come true. What do you think, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I don't believe there was anything strange about her testimony. Judge Courtney. I believe in the courtroom, it is standard to cross-examine the witness. Wouldn't you agree it's a little too early to say that there are no contradictions? You speak like a defense attorney. Very well. Proceed as you please. I will proceed as I please, thank you very much. Let's do it. 18 years after Monster Master was arrested, I was suddenly able to buy back this mansion. It must have taken a lot of hard work these past 18 years to buy back the mansion. The place full of my memories with Monster Master. It is the only place for me. I like a little dance there. That is super cool. No matter what, at any cost, I wanted it back. She looks like she's having fun.
Oh well, she is a former actress. Singing and dancing is a livelihood.
Enough with the singing. Please continue your testimony. She's an actress, so she's very good at performing, right? And by performing, I mean she's very good at disguising her true self. Then, in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery. Are you managing this gallery by yourself? Yes, well I say manage, but it only opened today. And I must continue protecting this mansion, so that Monsieur Master has a place to return to. So, she took back the mansion for Mr. Master's sake.
Key, I'm so sorry. I was powerless.
It's not your fault, Monsieur Shields. I couldn't do anything either. All I can do now is continue to protect the mansion. I collected P.O.K.'s works from all over the world. Pierre Hockey. That's Mr. Doris's alias, correct? Yes, it's the name he used when he worked as a sculptor in France. About collecting his works. How did you prepare the Taurus and the Gemini sculptures? I heard that Mr. Dover passed away before he completed those two sculptures. I had the sculptures in the Winter Palace specifically made, based on the photos I took. Oh? Could you tell us about that in more detail? After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery. What happened to the, Okay. So I'm not sure which one was added. Looks like this one was added because this one here has nothing to do with the previous statement. After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery. Opening the Zodiac Art Gallery was your dream? The truth is, I wanted to manage the gallery art together with Monsieur Master. Singing and dancing and all kinds of sweets. Well, that's the kind of gallery I dreamed about. Was she planning on staging a musical in here? Jeffrey Master disobeyed the goddess of law. It is unfortunate, but I'm afraid that your dream will never come to pass. No, Monsieur Master is innocent. The prosecutor at the time did not believe it, but... In order to protect Catherine Hall, Jeffrey Master gave a false confession. They were both trying to protect each other. I prepared replicas of the sculptures in the Winter Palace based on the photos I took. By photos, do you mean the ones taken in Isaac Dover's room? Yes, you seem quite familiar with the events from 18 years ago, Monsieur Edgeworth. So the sculptures in the Winter Palace were replicas? They melted and I didn't even get to see them once? No, the Sherbert sculptures shouldn't have been replicas. Miss Hall is obviously lying. After all the trouble it took to prepare them, it's a shame they melted. The sculptures in the Winter Palace are the same Sherbert sculptures from 18 years ago. Unless I point that out to her, I won't be able to find out the truth. Okay, so probably, most likely it has to do with the photos that she took, right? Because she's lying about there being replicas. Is that what we're getting at here? Chocolates don't seem to have anything to do with right now. That's probably has to do with the fact that she melted something. Liquid analysis, that had blood. I don't see how this is helpful right now. I don't see how that's helpful. Surface on the bottom is wet, which means it was melted. Kate's favorite teapot. Photo. Gustave's son always came to visit up until the finals. Same with Dover's blood. Larry drew a sketch of the Pisces sculpture just as he saw it. So could it be this because the picture is wrong? And don't we have like a camera as well? We have this too. Identical sherbet desserts the victim made 18 years ago. Okay, so we have a couple things this could be. We have the photo. We have the Pisces sketch. Is there major contradictions between these two pictures? Like, look at the feet. Here we have what looks like mermaids, right? With their fins. And here we have feet. There's a clear contradiction there. Based on the photos I took. So let me try the Pisces sketch first. Your statement just now clearly contains a contradiction. Yeah, I just don't know how to prove it. How strange, how suspicious. I don't think so. Not one bit. Ah! I got caught up in a rhythm. I'd like an encore. Testify for me one more time. So, like I said, I think I know what I have to do. I just don't know how to do it. Hello? Press? Present? Oh. It's the wrong button. Okay, so if it's not the sketch, let's look at the photo. That's not it either. This one, you say? Do you want to make me out to be a criminal that badly, Mother Edgeworth? Even going as far as to force your strain logic on me? But please don't cry. In that case, I'll return to my story. Those tears were fake, as expected of a former acclaimed actress. Okay, so I showed this. I showed this, and I've showed this. So what else is there to show? I don't have a camera anywhere. What am I missing? I don't think it's a pamphlet. It's not a pamphlet. Oh, what am I missing? I prepared my quiz based on photos I took. Like, I don't see any contradictions here. Here, here, here. This is the only one that has the contradiction. And again, like I said, there's a clear contradiction here. Maybe I clicked on the wrong thing. Hold on, let me try this again. Okay, I just want to make sure. Because it is very possible I might have not clicked on this. I've done that before. prepared replicas based on the pictures I took. I mean, this doesn't have any pictures in it. Yeah, this doesn't have any pictures in it. Ugh. Well, that was it. Okay. I started out by saying that I don't think this has anything to do with it, even though it does say that there was like sugar and stuff. But it was the first thing that I thought about. So I just went for it. Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. Is that going with your brain? Go with your gut, because it seems to work more often than not. Did you really think that your excuses would continue to hold up? No matter how much you lie, you can't deny the composition of the sculptures. From the analysis results, it's quite clear that the sculptures in the Winter Palace are the sherbet sculptures Mr. Dover created. Oi, Miley! As a pharmacist, it's my turn to shine! What we call sugar actually comes in many different varieties of taste. Even if the sculptures were replicas, it's nearly impossible to replicate the composition. I see. Thank you for the explanation. I don't recall really asking for one. Oh, the exclamated thoughts. That, Miss Hall, means you couldn't have melted the sherbet sculptures back then. You stole them and preserved them for 18 years. Ah! What? She preserved the sherbet for 18 years? Yeah, that's what I said she did earlier, right? Oh, I know, I said she preserved the body. Huh. If you freeze it properly, it's not impossible. Silence, please. Miss Curator, what do you have to say? I can't believe you've already uncovered so much. So, you're admitting that you stole the sherbet sculptures? No, I cannot admit to such a thing. There isn't any proof that I stole them after all. Also, I could have stolen the sculptures 18 years ago. I don't think they would have been so easy to steal without the police noticing. Is that so? I don't know what you did 18 years ago. As such, how can I judge how difficult it would have been to steal them? It looks like you won't give up so easily. I don't intend on giving up until I learn the truth. I understand. Then I shall tell you what I did 18 years ago. Alright, new testimony, part 2. What I did 18 years ago. On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film and the camera. But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavia entering Monsieur Dover's room. And that was everything I had done on that day. Okay, so maybe Gustavia didn't murder Dover, but she believes Gustavia murdered Dover, which means it's quite possible there's someone else still may have killed him. I don't think there's anything suspicious about my actions. That's not your decision to make. Mr. Edgeworth, were there any contradictions to the testimony? For now, I should just prove that she stole the sculptures. But when could Miss Hall have stolen them? If I can answer that, her crime should come to light. Well, bottom line is keep her talking, right? On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. What were you doing before the judging began? I was in my room on the second floor practicing my dancing. I was performing on the TV show Piece of Cake back then. piece of cake? What kind of show was that? It was a children's program. The host made sweets while singing and dancing. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well, that's unexpected. You knew about the show, Miles?
My father told me about it once, so I just happened to watch it a few times. So, Miss Hall was practicing or dancing in her room. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? I don't want to say anything yet because I want to go through all the evidence or all the dialogue. It couldn't have been then. I should listen to more of her testimony. During the judging, at Monster Master's request, I went to change the film and the camera. So, you were the only one who could move freely during the judging period. I certainly would have had more freedom to move about than the contestants. However, I could have possibly have stolen the sculptures right in front of Monster Master. Moreover, upon being asked to change the film, I went directly to the entryway. At Mr. Master's request, she went to change the film and the camera. Could Miss Hall, let's continue on. But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. So you entered Mr. Master's room before you delivered the camera? Yes, I heard the sound of something breaking, you see. Monsieur Master, are you in here? Eek!
Yeah, that was actually the sound of the ship breaking. Someone snuck a bite of it, you see?
When the body was discovered, was Mr. Master still judging Mr. Gustavia's room? I am sure that he was. Monsieur Master is the type of person who would carefully judge one room at a time. She found Mr. Dover's body inside Mr. Master's room. I don't think that's when she stole it, because it would have been a noise, right? And people came running. It would have had to have been in the confusion. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. You see, it could have been here. Did you do so in the same manner as today? Yes, I poured tea for everyone working on the investigation.
Well, now that you mention it, Uncle Baby also got some tea from you that day. Kate was pushing her service cart back and forth from the patio to the main building.
I see. Did anything seem strange to you then?
Well, I remember the old man saying praise of her steamline tea. And he also said something about how the saucer was chilled.
The saucer was chilled? Yeah, I think she probably stole them then, but I want to continue on first. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavia entering Monsieur Dover's room. When exactly did Mr. Gustavia enter the victim's room? It was when Monsieur Gregory and the rest were investigating the crime scene. Apparently, Mr. Gustavia went into Mr. Dover's room to retrieve a family photo. You stole the picture so the partnership will remain a secret, right? But you can't be a great thief if you get caught stealing. Kay, I don't think Mr. Gustavia is a great thief. The moment Mr. Gustavia sneaked into Mr. Dover's room. No, that's... I think it was the fourth one. It could have been the fifth one. But I think it's the fourth one. Now, when could she have stolen the sculptures? When did Miss Hall steal the sherbet? Yeah? Even with the brains of a great thief, I'm stumped.
Hey, if you want to know what happened, you should ask someone who was there. Don't forget, you can always count on Uncle Ray.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so I'm thinking the fourth one. This one? I mean, the good news is, even if I get it wrong, I can easily just go and do it on another response. But the fact that it was chilled means she was in a cold environment. This was when you stole the sherbet sculptures. I'm sorry, but Monsieur Shield's company were at the fountain patio the entire time. Are you saying that I stole them in broad daylight? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. That's precisely what I'm saying. You hid them underneath your cart. This is where she hid the sculptures to steal them right under their noses. Yeah, she hid them under the cart. Neither my father nor Mr. Shields realized the sculpture was right in front of them. What you were pushing around was no ordinary service cart. It was the sculpture itself. Eek! But surely that would still be impossible. If she placed the sculptures on the service cart, people would notice immediately. No, because it would be underneath the cloth. I never said she used a service cart to move the sculptures. What? What do you mean? Then what did she use to move the sculptures around? This is what Miss Hall used to transport the sculptures. Like I said, I feel like I have most of this case solved. It's just there's some things that are still a little bit tricky. And this is the lift trolley Mr. Dover used 18 years ago to move his Sherbert sculptures. It seems the same lift trolley lies here in the fountain patio. That's because it was originally prepared for the contest in the first place. Are you saying she used the lift trolley to move the sculptures? Yes. If the sculptures were placed in this lift trolley and then covered with a tablecloth, exactly. Yeah, I could totally see this happening, without a doubt. It could be disguised as a service cart and moved around without arousing suspicion. How could that be?
Ah, so the sauces were chill because they're sitting on the ice sculptures? Hey, Kate. What was the meaning of this? What were you thinking?
Oh, the dots. That was truly impressive. You certainly are, Monsieur Gregory's son. After 18 years, it's hard to imagine any proof that I stole the sculptures remained. But I knew it was only a matter of time until I was suspected. Miss Curator, does this mean you admit to stealing the sculptures? Yes, I admit it. 18 years ago, I stole the Sherbet sculptures from Monsieur Dover's room. It's just as Monsieur Edgeworth says. I disguised the lift trolley as a service cart, and I just served tea as I made my way back and forth. That wasn't all. I also took the ice block with all the star clusters on it. An ice block with star clusters on it? Well, that seems familiar. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. The Winter Palace is a reproduction of Mr. Dover's room from 18 years ago. Because they had melted, my father never got the chance to see them. But those blocks of ice were also originally from Dover's Sherbert Salon. The two sculptures and the two blocks of ice. I took everything I could. And then I placed empty glass cases in Monsieur Dover's room. The sculptures were all encased in glass to preserve their fine details. But the ice blocks were being displayed as they were. As per the rules, we prepared the glass cases for Mr. Dover. So it would have been easy for her to prepare the glass cases. In Monsieur Dover's room, there were some sculptures that were still unfinished. I thought if I melted them, it would look like the ones I stole had melted too. So everything you see in the Winter Palace are all original works from 18 years ago. Miss Hall, it did take much to get her to confess. then she must know she knows it isn't enough to try her in court. That is all I had to say. But, even though I admit to stealing the sculptures, you can't arrest me for it. What? What do you mean by that? Heavens! You're assisting an investigation without knowing this much? Perhaps you should read this book concerning the Statute of Limitations. What, the crime happened too long ago? It's the Statute of Limitations? Statute of Limitations data jot down in my organizer. A book on the Statute of Limitations in criminal cases. To put it simply, it's a time frame in which a suspect can be taken to court. Yeah, I figured as much. Let's see what it says. A murder is 15 years. So even if she killed someone, this was 18 years ago. Also, the theft is 7 years ago. So she would be okay on either account. If the suspect flees to or lives in a foreign country, the time limit is on hold. Oh! We may be able to get someone on that. Because if they're traveling the world, it's possible they may have been out of the country for a time. Hey! Gustavia went to Zhangfa, didn't he? If Gustavia went to Zhangfa, that means the statute of limitations is on hold. Which means if Gustavia murdered Dover, it's very possible we could still implicate him for that charge. If possible accomplices are on trial, the countdown is stopped until the verdict is reached, then resumed. Also, possible accomplices are on trial. That was a year. So technically, if someone is only gone for 2 years, it still would be enough time under the statute of limitations. If charges are pressed to demand compensation, the statute is frozen from that length for that length of that procedure. Not sure what the last one is supposed to mean, but I could see how the other two could play into this case. You can see it on this page. Yeah, I just read this. The statute of limitations for murder is 15 years, and for theft, it's 7 years? Ah! That's right. And Miss Hall's theft was 18 years ago. According to the statute, she cannot be arrested for stealing the sculptures. So that's how it is? Stealing evidence from a crime scene is an unforgivable offense. However, for this crime at least, we have no right to pass judgment. It appears that Prosecutor Edgeworth's tepid reasoning has all been for naught. I'm not done yet, Judge Courtney. I wonder about that. I deduce Miss Hall's actions simply to expose a different crime. If she only took the sculptures, we wouldn't have found the body from 18 years ago. Are you saying that I hid Monsieur Tauver's body? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's correct, But how can someone hide a body for 18 years? In ice? I got the hiccups all of a sudden. I would imagine it would be very difficult under normal circumstances. So you're saying the circumstances weren't normal? Are you claiming that you know where the body was hidden? When you consider Miss Hall's actions, the answer becomes obvious. 18 years ago, Miss Hall stole something more than just Schubert sculptures. If you're so confident, I would like to hear your answer. Where did Miss Hall hide the body? In ice. How do I say that? How do I say it? Is it this one? Is that why it looks like blood? Because as it melted, the body melted? I'm sure Miss Hall hid the body here. Prosecutor Edgeworth, please show us how she could have done so. Well, isn't it obvious? I believe your career is obvious with the possible, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Indeed, says she says. If If you plan on disrupting the investigation, I'll have you removed immediately. Before that, could I please have one more chance? As you wish. But if you continue to be disruptive, I will not hesitate. She hid the body in ice. How do I prove that? With this? The evidence that keeps on giving? Nope, that's not it. Because she clearly froze the body in ice, right? Oh, wait. What about the claw? There we go. This is a photograph of Miss Dover's sculptures. Yes, and perhaps you've noticed that the victim's body can be seen in this picture. Wait, what? I do not see it. Please point it out clearly. Where in this picture can one see the body of the victim? It's time to expose the location of the body in the photograph. Where? Here? The Gemini sculpture? Yes. Well, it may look like the Gemini sculpture at first glance because it's got like a cloth over it. In reality, this is none other than Isaac Dover himself. This ice sculpture was the victim's body, but all I could see from this picture is an ice sculpture statue. That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to conceal it. Conceal it? Which piece of evidence did Miss Hall use? Oh, that's easy. That's the cloth. This is the cloth that was covering the sculptures in the Autumn Palace. This cloth manipulates light. With it, it's entirely possible to make something look like ice. Isn't that right, Delicia? Ah, yes, see? When it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. And when it glows blue, you can almost feel the glittering ice cool ice. That cloth will only emit light when it's attached to a special device. Judge Courtney, look closely at this picture one more time. Beneath the Gemini case lies a box-shaped object attached to the pedestal. This is... That's all the evidence that we need. Yeah, and I pointed out to that earlier, too, that there was a box that was unplugged. Remember that? A rainbow light device. Detective Gumshoe reported one in the Winter Palace. This is the device that went missing 18 years ago. Originally, it would have been attached to the cloth inside the glass case. Naturally, Miss Hall took the device with her when she moved the sculptures. By using the rainbow light device to make the plastic cloth grow, Mr. Dover's body was made to look like an ice sculpture. That's ridiculous. All right, my friends, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here. I don't want to pause it on Edgeworth's statement because if you would have hit play on that part without seeing the previous parts, I don't want to have that spoiled. But that's a great stopping point right here. We're making progress through this case. I feel like we have 90% of the picture. Although then again, you don't know what you don't know. That's the problem. But anyway, my name is FlightlessBird. This is your Sobeys Gaming Channel. Our blind Let's Play is a Turning Investigation 2. I love you all so very much and hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. And until next time, so long and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter and you are brilliant and you are loved and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.